Hi and welcome to the shed. Now, one of the issues with owning a cruiser is they tend to only have a side stand. Now, whilst that's perfectly okay whilst you're out and about on the bike, there are a few occasions when it starts to become a problem. One of those problems is during your regular maintenance, especially the daily checks that you're making on the bike. Now, whilst tire pressures, you can roll the bike backwards and forwards to access the actual valves. One of the issues that the owners seem to have, particularly with something like the XVS, which has an awkwardly placed sight glass for the oil, is that most people are not that comfortable with actually being able to check it. Now, it is possible to actually access that in a relatively safe way, but there's always a certain amount of, well, it doesn't really feel safe. Now, a lot of people will chock up the side stand. I find two pieces of 4x2 gets it up quite nicely to the right height without the bike actually toppling over the other way. But there is a risk that you might actually knock the bike while it's on there and then it topples. So people will recommend that you do it where there's a wall or something the other side, so it won't go very far. It might break your mirror, but at least the bike won't go smack down on the pavement. A lot of people, it seems, use things like mirrors and torches and stuff so they can sit on the bike and then somehow peer down and look in. That doesn't seem to work for people, but frankly, I don't know, maybe my eyesight's not that good. Maybe it's just a bit too much of a faff, so I don't like doing that way. Now, it is possible to, in my mind, perfectly safely view the bike or view the oil level in the bike, and the way I do it is this. Right, so I take hold of the bike and put it into an upright position and hold the handlebars with my right hand, and then I grab hold of the side stand, which is fully locked out and extended, with my left, and that way you've got quite a good control of the bike and you can actually safely lean down and have a good look in that sight glass. It does still have the issue though of, is the bike really level, because obviously you're down on the side and it could be leaning either way. I have a simple solution, and that is to simply build a wooden platform to slide under the bike. Now, you can buy a centre stand for the XVS, the 650 and 1100 anyway, because the frame was actually designed to have one and the mounting points are underneath the bike. However, Yamaha, for whatever reason, decided not to fit one. There's one guy I know of makes them, and you can find them online easily enough. And the great thing about that is that you've always got the centre stand wherever you are. So, for example, if you're going touring, staying overnight somewhere, you can shove the bike on a centre stand and, you know, do whatever you need to do with it. Whereas the solution I use stays in my shed, so it's not much good outside of that. But frankly, for what I do with the bike, this is the solution. So here you go, I'll show you how I make up the stand for my XVS. so there you go. Just some scrap bits of timber that I had lying around in the shed, some nails and stuff, or screws I should say, that I had again lying around in the shed. This cost me nothing to make, and even if you were to go and buy it, it really wouldn't be very much at all. But what it does allow you to do is to have the bike upright in a safe environment. Now you might be thinking, well, I can still do it, I can hold it up, I can use my mirror to check the level. Well, that's great, but how are you going to do more maintenance tasks on the bike, like change the oil, for example? And I assume you guys are all changing your own oil on these bikes, and not paying someone to do it, because it's a very simple task. How are you going to hold the bike upright and actually undo the drain plug? They're very often tight. Are you going to lean the bike against the wall? What are you going to do? Leave it on the side stand? I don't think so. It's not a very safe way of doing it. Now personally I'll stick it on the lift, but not everybody has a lift, not everybody has a safe way of holding the bike upright. So whilst personally I'm perfectly comfortable with actually holding the bike on the side stand and handlebars and getting down and having a look, I'm happy with that. To be honest, that bit of wood stand, it took me half an hour and it cost me nothing to make, and it's going to be the way I probably do it more often going forward, partly because my shed's quite small. Frankly, I can't hold the bike, as I was demonstrating, outside the shed, inside the shed, because there's too much stuff in the way. But I can slide the stand under there, and then leave the bike to cool down a little bit, so I can check the oil. Because don't forget, the oil is supposed to be checked when it's warm. I think I'm right in saying that, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look it up in a minute and find I was completely wrong, but it should be checked when it's warm. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, hope it's useful, and make your own. I mean, you know, that's what I had lying around. I could have welded something up out of steel. There's lots of choices. It's use what you've got. A good old rat biking philosophy. Use what you've got, make something up. Stop trying to worry about whether your bike's going to fall over, because, you know, just be safe. Don't want to damage the bike. They're quite expensive, and the whole point of them is they look good. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys again next time.